Today, we're going to explain record deals in plain English. You're going to know how they're structured, all the jargon and terms, and much more in this video. What's up, guys? This is Omari, and this is No Nonsense Music Marketing, the #1 music business podcast in the world. If you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when new videos come out, and also hit the like button on this video. All right, so we're going to hop into it today. What is how are record deals structured? Most people, especially younger people, there's younger people watching this video. A lot of times they just hear the term record label and their eyes get big, and they get a recording contract. And at 18, you don't really understand everything that's going on. How could you? Right? You're 18, unless you've been working for a while, or you've been taking care of siblings, or you just don't get the grasp of the responsibility and everything that comes with it, especially if you haven't handled money before. So if you haven't handled your own money or managed money for other people, it's kind of hard to know everything that goes into it. So we're going to break down how record deals are structured and equip you with the knowledge so you can make good decisions. Because sometimes people just say, don't sign any record deals at all. And that's not necessarily true. It's just you're looking for the right one for your music career. So most record deals are structured where they want exclusivity. Okay, so they are trying to get you to only release music through their label. That's the traditional structure of record deals, meaning you cannot record and release music outside of their approval. You can't just go and make a song and upload it to Spotify and Apple Music and Audius and anywhere else without their express approval of something. All right, so these are pros and cons. Record labels give you a big sum of money a lot of times, which is called an advance. So they're advancing you money, giving you a check to live on so that you can make more music for them. And they want you to make good songs for them, or songs that will do well commercially so that they recoup their capital. So that brings us to another term, recoupment. This means that the label, before you get paid, the label wants to recoup their costs for recording, might be travel, lodging, things like that, before they give you your cut. So they're giving you your cut of the net profit, all right, in most cases. So that is only on money that's made after expenses is your net profit, all right? So that brings us to our next term of royalties, all right? So what's the standard royalties that artists get in these record deals? Well, it depends on how big you are. If you are a smaller artist, and smaller is anywhere under 500,000 monthly streams or monthly listeners, that's going to be in the smaller category. If you're already getting millions of monthly listeners, you're probably going to get a better deal because you've proved that you just need fuel on the fire. Whereas somebody who's in the tens of thousands or only thousands of monthly listeners, you don't have a big budget behind you, and you still have proof of concept that you need. So you can't walk into a deal with as much say so. That's in any business, in anything. So your recoupment and all these things, you're going to get a better deal if you have more leverage to walk into the deal with, more power behind you. So let's hop into the I want to go further in the royalties, actually. So whenever you're talking about that net profit, let's talk about the best types of deals that you're going to get. Typically, the best one you're ever going to get is like a 50-50. When people go into deals as a novice business person, they just have unrealistic expectations of what you're going to get in the deal. If somebody's fronting the cash to market you, to pay for your recording, your travel, lodging, your life, essentially, you don't have as big of a say in the deal. So I won't say big of a say. Like, you don't have as much stake in it, essentially. So either all alternatives for this are you can stay independent. You can do that and fund your career on your own, but you're going to need to be more structured in your business processes than the record labels are in order to make it, because they have thousands of employees in some cases. They have structures for everything. When an artist releases a project, they already have a bunch of playlists that are ready for it. They have radio. In some cases, they have TV where it's relevant. Like, they have all this in place. They just have a big structure and a system in place so that when they push projects, they have a decent idea of their capital coming back to them. They're a business, all right? It doesn't excuse them from giving bad deals to people or predatory deals, but it does mean that they need to make a profit. So if you are not bringing as much to the table in the deal, they're not going to give you as big a percentage at the beginning, nor should they, to be honest. But let's go to what royalties are they taking? Typically, they're taking all of the royalties. So we're talking about streaming, sync licensing, ticket sales, performances, all the royalties. If you haven't seen our video with Casey Graham over at Music Money Makeover, we went over all these different royalties in the video, and publishing rights and all this stuff. Go check out that video. But they're taking their cut of everything. So with these new alternative record labels that are popping up, which we'll go into in a separate video, there's new deals being structured where you don't have to give up your entire catalog, number one. You can just sign deals for specific projects. And number two, you actually don't have to give up the royalties for every type of royalty anymore. You may have to give up 90%, 80% of a certain type of royalty, but then record labels may actually let you keep the other royalties at a bigger percentage, because they're more partnering with you now and giving indie artists a chance. So signing to project-based deals versus your entire catalog may be a good thing for a lot of independent artists, where you keep your future songs and the masters for all your future songs and all that stuff. You actually keep it, but you're just signing off individual projects. It's kind of similar to sync licensing, where you're not giving up your entire catalog. You're signing away a couple songs for people to use exclusively. Maybe you aren't able to release that one anywhere else. Some songs that you give to TV or film or something like that. But you do get paid from that. So it's a give and take. You got to figure out what's the right balance for this. So it's not don't ever sign to any record deal at all. It's maybe don't sign away your entire catalog, but some may be good. Some other things that record labels do. Well, how are they structured? You do generally have tour support. Like I said, they're paying for travel, lodging, all that stuff. Now it's going to be recoupable, but they're paying for that up front. They give you a structure. They give you, but they don't do as much artist development anymore, meaning like help you make better music. Typically, that's going to be on the artist now. Sometimes record labels might not even pay for the recording costs. If it's the bigger record labels, they are going to do that most of the time, but smaller ones might not need to. You can make a really, really good record these days if you know what you're doing with $500. You set up a home studio, save your money, work for a month or two, and set up your home studio, and you can make it sound pretty good. Pretty much that the main listener on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, or YouTube, can't really tell the difference all that much with your music. There's online mastering places now. There's online mixers. We have a mixing service at omarmc.com. So you can get this done for really cheap, or really affordable, I should say. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, or one of the last things I want to talk about in this video, is the terms. All right, so what's the term of the deal? Like, what territories does it cover? Most these days, since streaming is worldwide, it's going to be a worldwide term, or territory, I should say. And then the term of the deal is the duration of it. So are you signing away your entire catalog for a year, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years in perpetuity, which means forever? with a lot of the record labels, it's typically not gonna be in perpetuity for your entire catalog. It may be a few years you're signing a deal, maybe a year that they're gonna see if you work out or not, and they give you more resources to see if you're gonna bring them back their profit. With the one-off deals I'm talking about, which are more favorable for indie artists, more favorable for a lot of artists, but for the one-off deals where, let's say, a record label or business investment firm is giving or taking 80%, 90% of the streaming royalties, single licensing royalties, and giving you the rest of the royalties just for one single, that's typically going to be in perpetuity. They're not going to say like, after 5 years, we're just done with this, because they're not taking any of the rest of your catalog. You can make 100 songs after they sign a deal for that one single, and they just keep promoting that one single, and you benefit off of that promotion for all of your other 99 songs. No, they're not just going to give you back the only one song that they've been marketing the entire time. They gave you free leads the entire time. They give you free promotion. They give you promotion at no cost to you, and you got to keep the rest of your catalog and your performance and ticket sales and merch and all that stuff. So those deals probably going to be in perpetuity. The other deals, where they take your entire catalog, likely not going to be in perpetuity, especially because they don't know if you're going to work out, and they don't know if they want to give you that many resources. So with that said, I think that covers the basics of, obviously they pay for a promotion. Either of these deals is going to be, should be promoting your project to see if it's going to work out or not. But a lot of times with those traditional record deals, they artists complain that, hey, I made some hits and you guys just didn't even give me enough marketing. Whereas those one-off deals that you do, typically you will get more of a fair shot, because the company's not like, there's no recoupment and all that other stuff. Like, that record label structure of the one-off deals is really dependent on that single doing well. So they're more likely to work at it versus the traditional record label, where they may have a lot of artists, and they may even have terms in their agreements that say, the song needs to be commercially acceptable in order for us to put a certain budget behind it and all that stuff. So with all that being said, you guys hit me up in the comment section if you have any more questions on the traditional structure of a record label. I hope this was helpful. If you guys are not subscribed yet, most of you watching this are typically not subscribed. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and notification bell, and drop us a comment below this video, wherever you're watching this, on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and we will get in there and help you guys out with your questions. So catch you in the next video.